Okay, welcome guys. So it's time to give a veteran rank 5 build of this Templar archer. So fucking, I don't know, all round coolness. So basically I'm just going to go through the skills and the reasons why I use these in depending on what situations, if I'm in a dungeon or if I'm just free roaming by myself. Right, so the build is now a 15, 20, 14 because if you notice, as a Templar you use a lot of magic for your heals, your Aedric spears. You do need a lot of magic, so that's why my magic is so high. But as a sword and shield you also need a fair amount of stamina, hence all the blocking and shield bashing. But your Templar, your Imperial skills help boost that if you do have that, because that just gives you an extra 12% more, and same on your health. And obviously high health should always be a bit more priority, because if you've got no health then you're dead. Alright, so on to the skills. I thought, like, I've nearly finished veteran rank 5, but I thought I'd do this just for do veteran rank 5. So the armor, as I'll tell you in a minute why I'm more or less doing this for my armor. It's a very big mixture of heavy, medium and light armor now, right? So my main goal is, like, I'm waiting until I hit veteran 6 before I actually sort it all out properly. It's just passing the next few quests I've done. But how it goes now is 3 heavy, 2 medium and 2 light is what I'm really wanting. So say with the 3 heavy, it's best to just get the Torrid packs or whatever. Whereas the other one there, it's a medium, so it doesn't matter. So because you're having a couple light pieces, so if you just get the 3 set items created, that gives you an extra 100 armor. That just compensates for wearing a couple light. But there's a method behind the light, which I'll go on to in a minute. Like at the moment I'm only wearing 1 light, 1 medium and 4 heavy or something like that, 4 or 5 heavy. So like I say, I'm not geared how I want to be, but my weapons, sword and shield, very nice, all from dungeons, right? And my earring, this is a basically reduced cost of shield bash, because if you have a sword and shield and you've maxed the skill out, you understand that shield bash is more powerful than any other skill you have. It is beast, plus you're blocking all the time. And just a spell resistance and the armor resistance, I think that's amazing. Right, so the build itself, onto the skills. Right, so always in the melee slot we always use the biting jabs, because straight away, as soon as you've used it once, you realise this is an incredible move. It's quite cheap-ish, 323 magic, but it's so powerful, striking through everyone. But also we changed it to the biting jab, so you do the crit, the 70% chance to people with low health, so that's great against bosses, or it's great against big groups of enemies that you're trying to kill off, right? At the moment I'm not using Crescent Sweep because I'll tell you in a minute, but all of these you want. It's fantastic, that's great. Just it's because I've got one thing slotted, which is the biting jabs. I block an extra 15%, which is great. Even with the bow or a sword and shield, I'm still blocking 50% more. Crit strikes, that's what's using it, so that's obviously using the biting jabs. Burning light, whilst you're using that, you have a 25% chance to deal horrendous more damage, and you're doing 4 strikes with it, so chances are 1 out of them is going to do a huge chunk more damage. And Balanced Warrior, as you can see, that's fantastic. That's really damn cool. So the next thing we move on to is Dawn's Wrath. Solar Prism is an incredible move. This helps you destroy situations that you couldn't actually do prior to it. Okay, this is really, really good. So that's great for taking to dungeons, and it's great for all around everything. It's just really damn handy for fighting and killing things, and it builds up the 300 pretty quick, so you can like spam it every 5 minutes or something, right? None of these are any good. at all. I don't want any of them. But the only reason why I'm sort of using some things is because I want the Restoring Spirit. I've already got it once. You know, that extra 2% off. Even that, you know, it's 6 cheaper at the moment. So one more of that, you know, stamina, magic, and ultimate cost. Everything will be 4% cheaper once I've got the last point. So that is something you really should strive for. Right, so onto Restoring Light. At the moment, because I'll tell you why in a minute, because I'm trying to level up Ransacked, which I think is now maxed. I got rid of the Radiant Aura just so I can level this up, just because I started to need it, and I'll tell you why. But like I say, Honor of the Dead is more than fantastic. Huge radius on it, lots of heal. It actually heals for more than that. It says 484 there, but as you can see, it does 546 to me and everyone else in a 28 meter radius. And the extended ritual. No, sorry, I've got the Radiant Auras. I've always got that slotted because, as you can read in it, the increased stamina and health regeneration of 15% is fantastic. And when I actually activate it for practically 11 seconds, it's boosting me and everyone in a 21 meter radius a huge, you know, health and stam regen, which is really handy. It could save, that could make the difference between a lot of things. It's the extended ritual I've removed temporarily. I will get that back in. But all these you want, as if you can read it, is really damn good. Increase the critical strike chance for an ally, so it's using Restoring Light ability. So chances are that's what I'm using, the 11 seconds of using that. That's helping there. This one increases the healing power of, that's for the extended ritual. And yeah, that's for my Radiant Aura, so I can just replay in 2 seconds longer really. And the Master Ritualist, increase resurrection speed by 40%. Yeah, this is a winner. Yeah, this can help you win dungeons. Affected allies get resurrected 100% more health. You know, instead of getting res with fuck all health, you're actually giving people a fighting chance of health when they actually do get res. Right, and also 50% chance to replenish soul gems. So you've always got empty soul gems. They're rarely filled. This helps fill one. Okay, or a 50% chance. Okay, so right, I'll tell you about Ransacked now. So if you've done dungeons, you'll notice the hardest slot to fill is, funnily enough, not a healer, it's a tank slot. So that's why my build has gone to more leveling stuff like that out, because now for dungeons, excuse me, I'm starting to go as a tank because one, you actually get the slot filled and then you can crack on with the dungeon, because wow, I've sat there for hours waiting, well not hours, but a long time waiting for a tank. So I've decided I can go as a tank. So Ransacked, I've just got that for the taunt, for obvious reasons. You taunt them for 15 seconds, and as you can see what I've changed it to, I get an increased armor of 600 for 12 seconds, and it reduces the enemy's armor by 43%. Winner, yeah? And obviously all these are immense. The Fortress, reduced cost of blocking by 30%, reduced cost of sword and shield abilities. I mean, that is quite expensive, but it's been reduced by a bit, by 10%. This, increased weapon damage by 5% and block mitigation by 20%. Deadly Bash, you'll realise how unbelievable this move is. The shield bash is so strong, it's ridiculous. And the deflecting the bolts, yeah, so that basically all spells and range moves hurt you 15% less. And the mobility, it's nice to actually move a tiny bit. I mean, it's not loads. I mean, this is me, that's me blocking. Nowhere near as fast as Skyrim's block when you actually leveled it. But if that's speed up to the max, imagine how slow it was before that, right? On to the bow. Right, that's only there so far. Wow, I thought we'd have leveled that up by now. Obviously, Magnum, fantastic. It knocks people out when they're doing. When you see people doing like any kind of mad ability and they're getting ready for that big run, you know, down the little corridor they do. The charge, you can just use a Magnum. It knocks them out of that, and also gives you distance That helps snares everyone in the vicinity, does some damage, but I only mainly use that for the snare against bosses. Magnum, just keep the distance. Lethal arrow, just because it's well handy, and that for PvP is cool because you can cheekily get people on towers. Long range shots, you know, you do more damage against distant targets. Accuracy increases crit chance. Ranger, reduce the stam cost of these, so 20% cheaper. So if that's 419 stamina and that's 20% off it, yeah, that's one expensive move. Hawkeye, I've not bothered with that yet. I will stick one on there, obviously. Obviously, I'll max these out when I can be bothered. I've just not got there yet. I'll do it in probably within the next day or something, because I'm going to get so many sky shards now. I'm at the last alliance. Armor, right? Reasons for wearing certain pieces of armor, right? So at the moment, I'm only. In fact, I'll try and put the stuff on that I'm actually aiming for. So how many light have I got? I need one more light. Let's just wear a helmet. It's a light helmet. 1, 2, 3. So I need another medium piece. Let's see if I can actually do this. That's medium. I got a medium chest. Medium legs. There we go. Medium. Okay, that's exactly right. So now we can see things properly. So notice these aren't maxed yet. So just wearing 2 pieces of light armor. This reduces the cost of my spells by 4% in total. So remember when I've got the Dawn's Wrath at 4% in total, right? And then the armor, and that's got another one on it, that'll be 6%. So everything will be 10% cheaper, right? For all my magic heals and so forth. My recovery, that, yeah, as you can see, is 8% faster for magic recovery, which is handy, as you should know, for anything. And also, this helps me get a bit more spell resistance, 88 more spell resistance. Pretty cool. Not the best one, but you know, I've only got 1 out of 2. So when I've got 2 more on there, when I've got 1 more point on there, that'll actually be helpful. This doesn't matter. Consecration. Player spells ignore 3% of enemy spells, whatever. But my current bonus 6% chance to ignore enemy spells. So that's why, basically, because you're a Templar, you have a lot of magic stuff. This helps with magic. Right, and chances are your light equipment always has like a light bonus to it. Okay, 3 pieces of medium. Right, so obviously elude I generally use for normal kicking about kind of things. It's just handy to dodge things. So this gives me 17% chance to dodge an enemy attack for 23 seconds. 23 seconds is a long time, right? So that gives you a great amount. So dexterity. Basically knocks my crit chance up to 6%. Windwalker, increase my stamina regen by 8%. There's sneak. Yeah, I've got a 14% sneak reduce, and also all that stuff. You can read all that. I don't need to read all that. But basically, you're a bit better at sneaking. She's got 3 pieces of medium, or is it 2? Probably 2. And oh, it is 2. Yeah, my bad. And with a full set, so this doesn't matter at the moment. It's only a bit faster attacking with your melee, but it's not very worth it, I don't think. And your athletics, you know, so your sprint and your dodges and rolls and so forth, they all cost 8% cheaper. Alright, so that's pretty cool. And increases your movement speed as well, just by a bit. So that's alright. So you're getting all the bonuses with stamina, not mad bonuses, but you're getting handy bonuses. And onto the actual tanking reason for dungeons. This is solely for dungeons, why I'm maxing everything here. Obviously the bracing. Because as we look, the immovable, sorry, I've not even, I literally just clicked on this now. I literally just got it. So even from scratch, that increases your spell resistance and your armor by 850 for 8 seconds. Grants you immunity to knockback, disabling effects, you know, all that stuff. That's massively handy. Very expensive though, so you need to not spam it. But like I say, this is for dungeons only. Resolve. As you can see, this helps hugely with your spell resistance and your armor. I've got 99 spell resist and 9 plus armor. Constitution helps with my regen. I've got 12% regen. Juggernaut increases my melee attack power, so I've got 3% more damage on my melee. Bracing, right? Need that for tanking. Yeah, I've not used this yet for a dungeon, but if my block cost is 20% cheaper, then that's handy as hell. Your stam will definitely save from being raped. And the rapid mending, you get 3% more healing. So that's why I've mixed it. None of the actual full-on 5 pieces are so worth it that you need to sacrifice getting the bonuses from others. Like, obviously, the reason why I've got 3 heavy and not 3 medium is because we've got 2 light on. So I'm just using the 3 heavy to compensate for the light's lack of armor. Right, when I'm in a dungeon, obviously, I'll wear 5 pieces of heavy, 1 medium, and 1 light, just to get the bonuses from the actual magics and everything, and the stamina sort of regen and so forth. So I hope that makes sense. Into the world, this is great to use. This is really shit. I wouldn't recommend it. Soul Assault now I don't bother using at all. So because that is so good, so damn good, it's unbelievable. So that is cool. I do 2016 damage, but if something knocks you, you have to blast it for 3.9 seconds, and if something knocks you whilst you're casting that, it stops straight away. So it's pretty shitty. That it's not the best, but it's cool. But this is good. If I need to get a second one on there, basically it doesn't cost me a soul gem to regen someone's health. So once you've got another one on it, it'll be every hour, which is good. And the soul lock, weapon kills have a 5% chance to automatically trap souls. So getting those 2 max will be handy. Guild, right? I've randomly got that for the hell of it, just because I think that would be cool. Once my thing's at 50, I think this is cool. Just when you fight against a lot of Aedric things, like dark anchors or any kind of pure Aedric or undead dungeon. And this is handy because it's a quick regen. It fills up quickly and it does a lot of damage when it's actually started to level. Like I saying, I've barely used it yet. But this, you want all of these. All of these are beyond fantastic. As you can see, once you're in Cyrodiil, once you're playing about Cyrodiil a lot, this will be pretty cool or interesting. This this basically means all these kind of skills, extra 9% spell and weapon damage, and the banish gives you 9 ultimate per shot. It also affects werewolves, which you do actually come across a lot of werewolves. Right, so the ultimate I am after more than anything is Meteor. You know what I mean? This is so damn cool. This will become the most powerful thing ever, especially when it turns to the ice comet, right? So none of these you will need at all, really. I don't think so. Let me see. I don't think you need any of these, unless you actually want these. I don't really need any of these. But Meteor is going to be the beast. It's the hardest ultimate to get because you can only level Mage's Guild by collecting lore books, and you have to collect a lot. Every lore book gives you 5. Well, it says 105 out of 260, so it gives you 5 points. And as you can see from my lore books, I've only collected 327. I thought I'd collected more than that, but yeah, there's a. Wow, man, are you for real? I thought, oh my god, that's so cringe. Listen, who the fuck collects all that shit? Right, but anyway, have a read of Meteor. Deals 616 flame damage to the target. I'd like to know how big the radius is. It's a 28 meter range for the cast, and also does 308 flame damage to nearby enemies. But when it becomes Ice Comet, everyone that's hit with the comet, you know, everyone that's struck by the range of it and radius, you get 9 ultimate per person. So imagine the big PvP things going on, right? You know for a fact there's a lot of people grouped there. Boom, comet, get straight away 60 ultimate back in a wanna, and yeah, and a few minutes later it's full again. Boom, cast it. Yeah, it's gonna be mad, especially when I've got another 2% cheaper as well. So that'll be a little bit off, like 5 off it or something. But that's gonna be unbelievable. But yeah, that's that I'm gonna get in this alliance. So I can't wait. Obviously, persuasive will. If you haven't got intimidation and persuasive will, then you're a moron, right? I shouldn't even need to tell you, but yeah, from a horrendous amount of quests you get persuade or intimidate for a horrendous amount of quests. Right, so there's a taunt thing here if you didn't know that. If you didn't want the one that costs stamina with the sword and shield, here's one that costs magic for, and this one's actually really good. It's really strong. People can synergize with it as well and make some mad damage. So yeah, I probably should have chose that one. I might get that eventually, but who knows. Right, so none of these I've really bothered with yet, because yeah, I'm not doing my PvP till I finish my alliance. My skills, that's obvious, you want to finish that. And now for the crafting, I've not bothered with that yet. This is that. that's really done well. That's amazing. Enchanting, I can't wait to get it to 25, just so I can get another one on this. So I can, yeah, I can't even make glyphs. Enchanting is so shit to level. It's so slow. It's unbelievable. But hey, I can't change it. This I've maxed. I'd like to get some more on this. That's pretty cool. It makes you craft extra things per every thing you make. How long's this video gone on for? 22 minutes, Jesus. And obviously woodworking. Right, but as you can see, my build is pretty much like, you know, I want to survive and help people for the whole game itself, not in dungeons. He is more or less shield bashing everyone to death and a bit of bows, but majority of the time he just goes in there, just shield bashes everyone to death, just a few spears, and he heals himself. He's got his heal, he's got his replen. Yeah, it's pretty damn cool. So that's pretty much it. That's my veteran 5 build. Things will change by veteran 10, I guarantee, because a lot will happen by veteran 10. I've got this entire new alliance to sweep clear, so very exciting. Alright, but that's it guys, hopefully you like that. Don't forget to give a like, subscribe. Thank you very much for supporting my channel, and I'll see you all later. Bye.